Hi, my name is Kai Yoda. I'm a Japanese-Swedish artist. Welcome to my first solo show at Bremont Kaplan. I think for me, like being a duo for like 10 years, it was a lot about like trying to become something more than myself, or maybe trying to remove like myself, like partly to become like a third person, or I don't know, it was something to do with multiplicity, and now it's more like it's the same theme in a way, but more personal, and maybe I'm more focused on the people like around me, like my partner or like my friends or like family. And I think this exhibition, there's something about going back in time and trying to maybe reconnect with people, like create new connections or new intimacy. I come from a photography background because my father is a photographer, so I feel like I have like a very cinematographic mind. So in a way, it's like a sketchbook or like a notebook of me trying to reconnect with something like physically, maybe without the filter of like a machine or like equipment or technology or like a lens. So it's a new way of engagement. I think like the AI tool I'm using is it's called Deep Dream. It's related to DeepMind, and it's like a image processing software that's, I think, simulates like the neural network that we have, but through like an AI. And I feel for me it's like another collaborator. So before I was a duo with another person, but now maybe I would say I'm not a duo, but it's like a co-worker with the AI. It maybe helps me to find like a new composition, new colors, something unexpected in the scenery I'm seeing, something to bounce with, or like a dialogue, but without a human, or maybe like a collective human in a way that brings me into like a new dimension. And I think I really enjoy like this collaborative practice with the AI, but also with the physical materials. So I follow a lot of like the traditional painting method, like buying like raw linen and then coating it with rabbit skin glue, and then using like oil pigments, very traditional, old school way, and how like the material behaves and disobeys. Combined with like the AI experience, it creates something new for me. I think I try to really push this multi-sensory element in the exhibition or in like my installation. So it's not just about seeing something, it's about touch, it's about sound, it's about like smell. How does like all these different senses create like a new feeling or like a new connection within like a sensorial, like spatial experience. I think I like this idea of like expanding and shrinking, change of scale through like maybe something invisible you can't see normally, like enlarging them, or like something that's really big and like shrinking them. And I think it's why I like to do different format size for the painting also, and maybe sometimes to build it, to make them bigger, to make them fluid, to make them like continuous, and maybe make you imagine that it can become something different. I think the beginning is always like the physical encounter, like the one-to-one, like human body to the work kind of scale encounter, and then from there it kind of grows into different dimensions and different sizes and scale. The repetition and like the slowness of the process is really important, so I can't like rush anything, but it has to keep continuing, and it's like a loop, and it's like a very like slow, repetitive like process. And then during the daytime I can do like sculptures, like more physical work. I think for me like the color is like the most strong thing that shows, like reflects my emotions or like my feelings at that moment. And then maybe the form, it comes like afterwards. But the funny thing is I'm a bit like colorblind, so I don't really see like the colors so much at the same time. Or maybe I think like the colors I'm using reflects what I see in front of me, but actually other people tell me it looks like totally different, and then I realize it's not exactly what it is. So I tend to mix like reality and fiction without realizing, and I think color is like a very strong, important part of it. But then I really like to mix colors inside the painting rather than pre-mixing on the table. So I often put like pigments directly on the painting, and then I mix it while I'm painting, and I like how it behaves and does like unexpected things through different transparencies. And I like to also like stretch the painting while it's half dry, so I'm waiting for the paint to dry a few days, and then I paint on top, and then it kind of merges with the new paint, and then it creates like some kind of material tension. And I think that's a very important part of the work. I'm very thankful to Bremont Kaplan, who gave me a lot of freedom to do whatever I like and not controlling what I'm doing. and gave me like a space to realize like my ideas and materialize it.